Welcome everyone. If you're just jumping on, just from Cape Town, George, well done. Welcome. Mike, what's up, guys? And then we'll give it another few minutes for everyone else to join. But he's also having a few internet issues as he's in the country. Hey, Sonia, how's it going? So while we wait for Willie as well, we are just what's the show about? So we are going to run a live business show every Thursday afternoon at 4 p.m. The idea is to talk about anything business. There's no real format in it. It's a live questions and answer show. So it's, hey Willie, your stuff working inside now. So there's no real sunny but chilly, yeah. Was quite chilly this morning. So there's no real format to anything. If you guys have any questions, please ask them. We are going to talk about entrepreneurship, business, and then put quite a lot of emphasis on the digital side of things. So what is the digital side and how it's affecting South Africa? So if you have any questions, let me know. And then just some of the topics about today that we're going to discuss is a competition, firstly, that we are running, which we're quite excited about. And then Willie's going to talk a bit, if he gets his stuff sorted out, about some missed opportunities that we are seeing and where the e-commerce space is going. And then just talk a bit about Facebook and what some of the new strategies we discovered in this week, and retargeting, Facebook pixel, and then just talk about our community that we currently have.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear it? Yes, I'm here. Had a bit of technical issues.
Done. So that's what the show is about. And then who are we? We are Entrepreneur HQ. So Entrepreneur HQ is all about the community. We're building a community. We're trying to get quite a lot of people into the community, and that's where the power lies, is in the community. We've actually got a group between the four of us, myself and Willie, and the two other guys, Bertus and Chappies, that's part of the group as well. And just sharing our wins and losses with each other, and just sharing what's worked during the week, what they are busy with. For example, Bertus just built a new website and a new online store for community he's building. And Chappies is doing amazing in the online space. And just how that motivates you and energizes you to chase that same expectations and chase that same results that everyone else is getting. So even on the days that you're feeling a bit down, everything just goes up to another level, seeing the results from other people in your network. And that's what we are trying to do, is creating this network where everyone energizes and inspires each other. We share tips and tricks. We share what our ideas is about. And just through the network, everyone else gets lifted to a higher level. So we actually found a few things during this week on Facebook. So Willie got 2 of his accounts suspended.
I'm officially a spammer.
Yeah. So like I said, it's a fairly interactive show. If you guys have any questions, please type in the comments box. Any real life things that you want to talk about, post in the comments. And then Willie, just a quick 2-minute introduction. From your side, what's your trade and what we are busy with EHQ?
Yes, thanks, Eugene. So I'm an accountant by trade, but entrepreneurship is my passion. And I just love the online world. You know, I've struggled quite a lot in business, and I think it's like you mentioned, these communities that we create. If I knew about things like this before, I would have saved myself a lot of hardship and struggles and so forth. But in that journey, I actually got to discover the online world, and I just absolutely love the e-commerce, the online, the cloud stuff. And that's how we also kind of actually got to meet each other. Is you guys sold a project, and you needed an accountant to come and help with the cloud stuff, and I was there to help you guys. And, you know, as we started chatting, you know, the common passion that we share for entrepreneurship and the online world kind of brought it to this place where we started EHQ, you know, and we do focus on a lot of online things, so build online systems, do online marketing. We do online training. We sell goods online. We've got our own e-commerce store. We'll talk about that a bit about that later on. And how we actually, you have to eat your own dog food, and we got caught with our pants on our ankles during this crisis.
Yeah, a lot of us during this crisis, it came quite quickly, and no one really expected it. But isn't it true, or haven't you seen it in business as well, that every month or every 2 months there's a different crisis? So this is one of the crises, but recessions and competition and government, external factors governing how we can do business. Just every month there's something else. So what is the mindset, I would say, that gets you through that? How do you shift your perspective? And that's what we've been working on quite a bit, is to shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. I think we create this, or we get created in this little bubble where we're constantly just trying to protect what we have. So that's a mindset of scarcity, instead of seeing the opportunities and opening up and seeing what all the opportunities are. We're looking at a property now, for example, myself and Willie, and just in that, I saw the scarcity mindset, how risk averse we are when going into these things. And then you speak to other people that's taken twice as bigger risk, especially in the property sector, and they laugh it off. They're like, what is this? But once you've gone through something, the second time you go through it, it's a lot easier. I don't know if you guys have found it as well. Like the first time you do it, it's really scary, and it's this big fear. And once you've gone through it, it's like, what the hell am I scared about? I don't know what I'm scared about. So that's I think the mindset shift. And Willie's going to talk a bit about the missed opportunity and what that's about. Before we get into that, I like the concept, so glad. Cool, thanks, Claire. So the missed opportunity is something Willie's going to talk about, and then I'm going to talk about some of the Facebook stuff that we saw in this week. Every week we're going to run the show 4 p.m. So please make sure you join the next show next week, Thursday at 4 p.m. And we are then going to start building up where we are going to have industry experts come online. Eventually we'll have our full studio up with mics and earphones that work. So
I guess you have to start somewhere, right? And then the living room
is run. So please let us know what you think about it, what you would like us to introduce into the next show, and then also what do you think will make it a lot more almost entertaining, where everyone wants to come back for the next show, so that the show just continuously build and build and build. So if you have any comments or any thoughts during the show, please let us know what we can do to improve it, because we want to run this every week and we want to run it for the next couple of years. So we want to start building up a massive network, and we want to start helping a lot of entrepreneurs.
And if I can,
and then before we get into the missed opportunity,
Eugene, could I
go for it, Phil?
Just if I can also add a comment there. So it's not about us just giving all the value. If there's anything that we might not be the expert in that specific area, but we're going to get the people to actually come and speak to you, and that's how we'll be growing and delivering this value. So if there's anything, please pop us an email, questions, or in the chat box, and then as the shows go along, we will address those topics in detail. We can obviously not do it in 1 hour. So let's just chunk it up and let's provide value for you.
And then thanks, Claire. So Claire wants to know, what is our strategy to grow the community? So Claire, we are, I wouldn't call it Facebook experts. I'd probably say more Facebook students, because every week it changes. And there's so much to learn. So you're never at the point where you're actually an expert, because it's continuous growth. You constantly have to learn. You constantly have to grow. We spend about 20 to 25, this month close to 30,000 on Facebook ads per month for the various businesses. So myself and Billy have different businesses as well. One of our businesses is a digital marketing agency where we do digital marketing, but just on our own personal stuff, our ad spend this month was 30,000 Rand. And then part of that 30,000 Rand that we spend, we look at acquisitions, we look at what our landing pages converts at. So there's a big strategy behind Facebook. It's not just about running a Facebook ad and receiving money for it, and it's a long process. So our idea to raise it is how everyone else got onto this. It actually costs us money to run the show. So it costs us about 10,000 Rand a month to run the show that we're predicting for the beginning, and that will increase as time goes on. So the idea to grow the community is through Facebook ads that we'll do, and then to recuperate that cost is we're busy setting up a community. So we run webinars every Friday. Last week we sold it for $750, I think. This week we're moving it up to $950. So it's $950 once-off fee to join our community. So there's no monthly fees or anything. It's once-off, $950. If you guys are interested, let me know. Then I'll share some details. And then on top of that, we sell our online courses, which is the how to build an online store in 30 days, which is information, your sales funnels, your Facebook ads. So it's a full course. There's like 50 or 60 videos in there. It shows you every single part that you need to know to start an online business. Everything from how a sales funnel works, how your email responders works, how to build up your email list, how to create landing pages, and that. And then we've got the Cashflow 101 course, Willie. What else is there? It's a Cashflow 101. Then we've got the
how to work remotely.
Manage your business remotely. Yeah.
Yes.
And then the Facebook course as well. So we've bundled all of it together. So it's the online course, the Facebook course, the Shopify course as well. So there's a Shopify course that we did, which are all small courses. And then we've got one big course, and then the community. So what we're trying to build is a community, and through that, there's continuous learning, etc. And you actually get access to myself and Willie on a WhatsApp group. So some of the guys are in our community already, and through that, they can communicate with us, ask us questions, and we give feedback on that. So that's our idea for recouping the cost. At the moment, we don't really make a profit out of that because, I mean, it's $950. It's not a lot of money that you're going to make from that. Hey, Vanessa, welcome. So that's our idea for growing the community, and then eventually we're going to get sponsorships. Once this starts rolling off quite a bit, then we're going to get sponsorships in where we then going to promote someone else's business, and they're going to sponsor a couple of $1,000 a month, and then we'll use that as well to expand our reach and to invest more money into Facebook ads. And eventually, by the end of the year, we're probably looking at 5,000 to 10,000 subscribers into our show. And then by next year, probably between 25,000 and 30,000 subscribers into the show. But it all depends on how fast the network grows and if people actually buy into the community that we're trying to establish. Cool. So that is it. And then, like I said, the other thing is bringing industry experts. So I think that's a really cool. The fastest way to become successful is just follow someone else what they did to become successful. So that's a really cool thing. And then, Vinny, maybe just talk about go for it.
Yeah, just what you just said about copy someone else or look what they've done. I mean, we've literally this week ourselves also spoke to a close friend who said great success online. And, we spoke to them and he was actually willing to share his recipe with us. And, we're going to start applying that and hopefully we can get the same results. So it's very, very important. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Find someone that's successful and then I wouldn't say copy them, model after them. So don't do exactly what they do, model after them. And it works. All the successful guys will say to you, you don't have to be first, you just have to be the best. So that's something to keep in mind when you're building a business. Okay, cool, Eugene. So
and then competition. This is really exciting. I think this is a big draw for the series, for the show as well, is the competition we're going to run and the process of the competition. So really go for it.
Yes. Okay. So but what's not or what's not?
No, so about the competition, about choosing the...
Yeah, so we kind of had the idea of how can we give back to...
Yeah, but go for it.
So we kind of had the ideas is how do we help a business to over the next 12 months to reach great heights in their business. And we decided that what we're going to do is for everyone that joins the show, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to allow you to enter into this competition. And then we're going to eventually introduce the guys to the community, and we'll get you guys to vote as to who do you think we should select as our top 3 contestants for this competition. And then once we've got the 3 competitors that's been voted up the top, we will get them onto the show, get them to introduce it, and then once we've done that, we will actually select a winner, and then we're going to walk a path with you over the next 12 months. And what it will include is we'll help you guys to set up your systems and give you business coaching, as well as give you some support in this journey of growing your business.
It's going to be super awesome to imagine like following this series of myself, and it's going to be outside videos and so on. It's not just going to be live room where we actually go into their businesses, we look at what they're doing, we give them live tips. So it's going to be live streaming of how we talk to them about their business and what they can do to change their business. And then Willie's going to look from a systems perspective and an accounts perspective, etc. And both of us from a financial perspective, and me from a tech perspective, and sales. And then we're going to have a look at how to maximize that guy's business and ideas to probably double the business within a year. So a business preferably that's been running for a couple of years, and then we're going to take that business and double it in 12 months. And we're going to document the whole process. And through that, everyone's going to learn how to, so I set our challenge now, Willie. But through the process, a lot of people's going to learn about the challenges that we face in business, and startup entrepreneurs and even entrepreneurs that's been in the industry for some time will then learn to adopt that and how to change their business. And we specifically going to focus on how technology can basically implement technology, implement a funnel strategy, and how that can double a business, especially the smaller businesses that's like maybe a 1, 2, 3 million rand business, how we can change that by just implementing tech to change that business around. And then Willie, so what we're going to discuss going forward is just quickly, Willie's going to talk about some of the missed opportunities that we've noticed. And then I'm going to talk a bit about some of the changes that we saw in Facebook marketing this week and how you can market your business on Facebook, what some of the correct strategies to follow and what some of the wrong strategies to follow. And then if anyone's interested in joining the community, I'll tell you about how to do that. And then full-on questions and answers. But like I say, even throughout the thing, please comment and please post your comments. You're welcome to post a lot of private messages, but you're also welcome to post to everybody. So at the bottom, chat mode, you can either say private or public. You're welcome to chat public, and everyone else can give their opinion as well. Cool. Thanks for joining, and thanks for supporting our cause. We're really just here to help. We want to create a business show that's really entertaining and that will add value. People will learn, but at the same time, education can sometimes be boring. So we're not going to make it too educational, and just try and have it a bit interactive as well to keep the energy up. Well, thanks, Willie. So tell us about in the week, and I'll ask you, maybe you should share that on the business show. It's just this missed opportunities. How many opportunities we're missing, especially if we have this scarcity mindset where we're just trying to protect what we have and we don't see the opportunities that's out there. So just talk us through a bit of some of the examples you shared with me earlier in the week.
Yeah, thanks, Eugene. So, we're finding ourselves in a very peculiar position, not only in South Africa, but in the world, where like overnight, we were basically locked up in our houses. And, that created a lot of hardship for businesses. And especially, I would say, in South Africa, we're lagging so far behind the rest of the world. And I think it's not necessarily our fault that we're there. I think we don't really understand the opportunity that's been out there. If you take a lot, those guys, and we'll talk about it now, but I think what's important for our community to understand this, and that's why I want to talk about this missed opportunity. If you had the infrastructure at the beginning of this crisis, I could almost guarantee you that you would have be able to at least operate at the 50%. And I'll speak to some of my clients that we've got that's been geared for this. But I think what you need to understand, and the figures is quite scary, and you wouldn't think that during a period like this, the following stuff will happen. So I think you guys know Jeff Bezos, and if you don't know Jeff Bezos, he's the guy who started Amazon. His net worth climbed 23 billion US dollars over the last 2 months. So if I have to convert that for you into rand,
and he's climbing in net worth. Like over $1 trillion now, if you guys haven't heard. Over $1 trillion business. It's just like, so, what? How the hell? $1 trillion? You can't even comprehend that.
Yeah, so if I have to put it in rand value, so 23 billion is probably 440 with the rand dollar, 440 billion rand, just in his net worth in the last 2 months. Mark Zuckerberg, his net worth climbed by 20 billion, and it didn't climb for nothing. It's because people started advertising on Facebook. That's what drives the value of that company. And I read somewhere the total net worth of the top 600 individuals in the US in aggregate grew by 400 billion US dollar, and I think that's more than our entire GDP. So those figures in itself tells you that not everyone is going through the hardship that the majority of people are going through. If we take the top 8 companies in the world, we've got Apple, which is what's his name? The founder, Steve Jobs. Microsoft, Bill Gates. Amazon, Jeff Bezos. Alphabet, which is Google. Berkshire Hathaway. Berkshire Hathaway is an investment company, but they invest in all these companies. Facebook, Alibaba. Alibaba is from from China. They like the equal to Amazon. And by the way, if you're looking for products to sell and you want cheap products, you can go and look on their website. So there's a lot of stuff that they sell there. And if you look at Tencent is the equivalent of Facebook, but in China. Now, if you don't know that, Naspers, which is the biggest company in Africa, owns 30% of Tencent. So
it was a massive deal, huh? It was
massive. And I think he invested something like $100 million US dollar. So Naspers started off being a media company, but they've completely moved over to e-commerce because that's where the opportunity is. So hopefully by
own a lot of stock in Takealot as well.
Not 100% sure.
Someone
but it might
Google be on. I think Naspers also owns quite a bit in Takealot, and Takealot boomed during this period as well. Everyone bought on Takealot, so they had the platform, they had the e-commerce store. It shows you this is where the food is going.
Exactly.
You're not going to be online.
Yeah. So I mean, and just to speak about the US growth figures, year on year, e-commerce growth 68%. Only in the last 2 months, 146%. That's how huge this market is. And if I have to bring it back home, over the last 2 months, 37% of people said that they now buy more regularly online than what they used to a year ago. And they buy everything.
Trend, This is the biggest trend that I think is going to change. Is people are getting so used to shopping online that once the lockdown's over, they're going to continue shopping online. And if you don't have an online store, how are they going to find you?
So people are creatures of habit and they're scared to buy online. But now they were forced to do that. And then you realize how easy it actually is. When you set up an e-commerce store, one of the key things which you need to implement to get higher conversions to make the path from purchase to payment as easy as possible. And that's what you can do in having these e-commerce stores. And people are starting to realize that it is very easy to shop online and get the stuff delivered to my door. I mean, if I bring it even more back home, I've spent myself 8,000 rand in just the last month on Takealot. And I had all sorts of stuff delivered, non-alcoholic drinks and printers and ink and all those things. And if you read the articles in the news. I mean, I read an article last week which said alcohol sales, which is not allowed to be sold now during our lockdown restrictions, has never seen so many online sales ever as during the last 2 months. It's just crazy. Some of our clients who was not an essential services. When this lockdown started, I had to chat to one of the clients, and they sell, they print stuff for kids' rooms and things like that. And she said to me, I'm not sure if I have to continue selling. I said to her, you must do what you need to do. And by just thinking a bit out of the box, she dropped the price by 20%. And she did communicate to the clients and said, guys, I can sell you this stuff, but I don't know when this lockdown is going to end. So I can't guarantee you the normal 1 week delivery time. Are you happy with that? And guess what? She acquires clients via digital marketing. And I think apart from, I think it was a second biggest month in terms of sales ever. The previous one was Black Friday. And why on Black Friday? That's once again the biggest online purchasing day of the year. So this is the opportunity that's there. And a lot of us missed it, and we missed it ourselves. I mean, we've been talking about a drone store, and we're 2 months into this lockdown, and the only reason we got caught with our pants to our ankles was we didn't take action. So I kind of want to leave you here today. But where does this leave you? And I kind of want to say, you need to. A lot of people, before we continue, I just want to make one statement. A lot of guys sell you online solutions, and they tell you that you're going to have instant success overnight. And that is not the truth. The truth is, online business is just a business. So if you don't have the correct sales strategy, it's not going to work. If you have shitty customer services, it ain't going to work. If you sell crap products, quickly you're going to have a tarnish your name in the market. So it's still work. It's still a lot of work. You need to work on that business. But what it does is you can actually run that business from your living room across South Africa. I mean, we've got people from Cape Town here. I haven't physically met Eugene over the last 2 months, but we've set up our online drone store. We've done these webinars. We've worked a lot on our online platform for our courses. So that is what the online world's going to bring you, and you can actually correct, and you can acquire clients while sitting in your. You can acquire leads while sleeping. I mean, our ads runs throughout the night. And that's the reality. We've got the stats to prove that.
Good question, Willie, that I just want to go through is at the moment there's so many people offering online business training. How do I know which system is going to work for me? And this is probably one of the biggest reasons we started this business show in the community. We thought about selling the courses, and we have been selling courses for quite some time, since beginning last year. And we've been selling seminars that we invite people to seminars. And the thing that we found was the biggest link to people not achieving success was not taking action. So one of my friends is also very, very successful online course sales, or his sales for his online courses are insane. He sells hundreds and hundreds of courses. There's less than 5% of people finish the first chapter. There's something like 60% of people never even log on to the course. So the other part is I've spent thousands. We constantly buy courses. At the moment, we've currently got about 6 courses that we still need to go through. So we believe in buying courses. We believe in actually going through the courses and implementing. Knowledge without application is just entertainment. So if you're not applying what you're learning, you're just doing it for your entertainment. And you're not doing this for your entertainment. You're doing this to learn and to move forward. So action is by far the biggest factor. So that's why we've created this community, because we've seen that action is the thing that's lacking. So no matter how many online courses you buy, no matter how many online courses on how to run your business or how to market your business or whatever, I think you should buy one and keep going through it and implement it until it's working. Only once it's done with the implementation, then you move on to the next online course. I think what's far more valuable is the community that we are trying to establish, because we know a lot of people selling online courses, and the stats are the same across everyone. Less than 10% of people actually go through the course. Less than 10% actually even finishes the first chapter in the course. And the guys don't apply it. And then we speak to the guys that attended the seminar, great value, great content, made a lot of notes, come back a year later, what did you do? Oh, life happened. And I got busy and the business took a dump and we had this economic crisis and we had lockdown.
Excuses. All people have got excuses.
And they still, so you can either have excuses or you can have results. You can't have both. Pick one. You want an excuse or do you want results? So a year later, we present the same seminar again, the same people pitch up, and they're still in the same position where they were. But we gave you all this information. It was like a 4-day seminar. We gave you all this information. You took down all these notes, and we joined other people. So we still go to quite a lot of seminars as well. So what is the factor that's causing for people to stagnate, to procrastinate, to not move forward? And I think that's community. I think, in my opinion, it's community. If you create the correct community, and if I look at our community, so where myself and Willie and Bartus and Chappies and everyone's on, that thing motivates you far more than anything else. I mean, this business show, we know nothing about running a live business show. We've done webinars before, but we know nothing about running a live show. How do we make a live show entertaining? How do we make a live show the correct combination of entertaining, the correct amount of info, the correct amount of knowledge, application? What is the value that the people watching it's actually going to know? We don't know the answer to that. The only way to do it is to do action. The only way we took action and we just built it. And then Mike is asking 3 clicks to basket. I'm not sure what that is, Mike, but the less friction you have through your online purchasing process, the bigger your conversions are. I don't know if I can share. Can I share my screen? Will you just tell me if you can share my screen? Application. I'll tell you now. I want to go into just so this is can you see this, Willie?
Yeah.
So this is all our webinars that we run, and you can actually go and pick a particular webinar, the particular date for it, and we can see our conversion. So very, very importantly, you have to be able to measure. If you can't measure, you can't improve it.
Yep.
Previously, our first webinar we ran, our conversion rate was less than 20%. And then we moved up into 20%, and then we moved into 30%. Our conversion rate is now sitting at 40%. We've never achieved anything this high. This is the highest conversion that we've achieved so far. And then being able to manage this. Come back to this particular section just now when I talk about the Facebook stuff. And now our mindset is still so limited from moving forward and to adopt this change, or this e-commerce digital change. How we are still limited, us included. And something happened to me, which I want to share with you, that got me thinking about how this process is going to work. Sorry, Willie, you were saying something as well?
No, you can continue.
Okay. What do you think about my opinion on the community, Willie? I think there's too much content online. People don't need more content. They need a community. They need a place where you connect.
Exactly. So I think, like you said, this, I don't know if you guys know the concept of masterminds, but mastermind is a lot of people that gets together, and the people as a collective. The idea of a mastermind is you know something that I don't know, and that guy knows something that you don't know. So you come together, you share information, you have a platform to discuss it. And what happens is you start off here, and as a collective, you move to the next level, and then move to the next level. So, I mean, that the key to this is the community. It's people that's there, that's going through the same journey as you. If you've been an entrepreneur for a very long time, we always say entrepreneurship is a very lonely journey until you get to this community, you get to the place where you can start sharing. A lot of the best business ideas is sitting 6 feet under the ground because guys didn't know who to share it with. And I mean, Eugene, you can relate. I mean, if you're a creator like both of us, you sit and think about 10 different ideas on a daily basis. And a lot of those ideas is, it's probably your best business ideas you've left somewhere there at the back because you were not willing to share with someone. It is.
Sonia, Jim Quick does this. What is that? Found out last night.
Really, June?
Quick.
I don't know him.
Cool. So I want to go into just some of the stuff that I found out on Facebook and how we track and measure these results. The first thing that I want to talk about is just our mindset on this Facebook marketing. So feel for yourself when I say this, and then feel if you feel any resistance in your body. To go forward, you need to spend 12,000 Rand a month on Facebook ads. How does that make you feel? How does that sound? So for most of us and most of the clients that I talk to, when we start talking about you have to spend 8,000 or 10,000 or 12,000 Rand a month on Facebook ads, there's so much resistance that they don't want to do it. At the same point, one of the clients I went to go see earlier this week, so he said, no, there's no chance he's spending 12,000 Rand a month on Facebook. So I said, okay, cool. So you've got sales guys here, eh? He's like, yeah, I've got sales guys. I'm like, okay, your weakest performing sales guy, how much you pay him? It's like, no, more than double what you, of the 12,000 Rand. So in the region, probably 25,000 Rand. Okay, in the last 6 months, how many sales did he do? The guy said zero. Zero sales in 6 months on 25,000 Rand. So what's that accountant? 25,000 Rand over 6 months.
Hell of a lot of money.
If you spend that same amount, so we can have a quick look. I'm going to share my Facebook screen with you as well. So this is an actual live ad that we are running now. Just want to see ads manager. This one. Can you see this?
Yeah.
So this is a budget. This is just for this week. So we started it, I think, on Monday, but and it ends tomorrow or today. It ends today. So from the 24th to the 28th. So in 4 days, we're spending 3,500 Rand on one particular section of our business. So we've got multiple ads of this running. Our result on this was 108 leads that we generated. You can optimize the ads so you get different ads. You get conversion ad, lead ads. You can just create awareness. You can have website visits. So there's a whole bunch of ads. We generally use lead ads and conversion ads. Conversion ads is one of your more expensive ads. We're paying 25 Rand per lead that it generates. That sales guy hasn't generated one lead in, sorry, I just want to stop, almost ended the event. I clicked on the wrong button. That end event was like, no. So this sales guy hasn't generated any leads, no lead. Never mind customers, 0 leads in 6 months. And it cost 125,000 Rand over the 6 months. I just spent 3,500 Rand on Facebook in 4 days and generated 110 leads. Do you understand how insane that concept is, that you can spend 3,000 Rand to generate 110 potential customers? And even if they don't sign up into a customer now, your whole process is that sales funnel. Like everyone that's part of the course that I started. Oh, Sonia was actually on your coaching session, spoke about it, about the sales funnel. How it's a process to move someone through the sales funnel. And your value in your business is your network. So you need to be able to build up that network, and you need to be able to capture that leads. That's why CRM and an email autoresponder and stuff is so important. Overly?
Extremely, extremely important. Remember, that's where they say as you're starting to make sales in your sleep, is you get those people to engage in your funnel, and by engaging them all the time, and what they call it touch points, client touch points. So when you start selling online, you should literally go and draw the picture of how do you think your client's going to come through your funnel, or up until he buys from you. So for example, he downloads the ebook, goes into an autoresponder. Over the next 7 or 8 days, you send him an email. After the 10th email, you direct him to a place where he books an online free coaching session. In the coaching session, you speak to them, and then from there onwards, you maybe they want you to build a website for them. They then go to the accounting department and so forth. And what you need to understand is that by automating all of these things, I mean, you can literally get 100,000 leads coming to your system if you have a big ads budget, and you can actually personalize those messages to those guys. So by the time that they buy from you, they know you, they like you, and they trust you, and that's when people buy from you, and that's why it's so powerful. So yeah, it's love it. It's
so George. Very important is there's a guy, Les Brown. I don't know if you guys have heard of Les Brown. He says your net worth is directly related to your network. So the network of people that you have, the people that you spend time with, firstly, and then secondly, the people in your network that you're selling to, that you actually have leads for. That's where your values lie. So you're saying that you are a great network and you've got all those friends and stuff coming to you. There's in the personality profiling assessment, there's a profile called a deal maker, and that's what you're doing, is you are a deal maker. But from a deal maker, you need to be able to profit from that transaction. So you need to figure out a way where you can link up from the buyer to seller and then make a margin in between. So definitely you can't spend all that time and energy, because how long did it take you to build up such a big network? I mean, it takes effort. It takes going out on weekends to events and stuff while your friends are sitting at home watching TV. So you spend time cultivating this network and cultivating this relationships. And then at the end, you need to just hand that over? No, it doesn't work like that. If they want what you have, they have to do what you do. They can't sit at home on a Saturday on the couch watching TV while you're out networking and then expect you to relate that. There needs to be a transaction that takes place there as well. And then Willie, Sonia's saying, so they first need to get leads. They'd love to spend the money on Facebook, but they just don't have the cash flow at the moment until they start making sales. What would you recommend for something like that?
Look, what you need to understand is that we see the value in paying for advertisements. That's how we scale a lot quicker. But there's also ways to grow organically. And how you would, for example, grow organically is you can go and create a Facebook page for yourself on Facebook's platform. It's not ideal, but you can go and share that link to other communities. And if there's like shop now buttons and things like that, so you can actually get people or new clients in that way. The trick of organic marketing is content. So you need to deliver a lot of value on your Facebook page or on your website, constant value, and that's how you're going to start building a community. Because someone will share with a friend, they'll tag a friend and say, you need to follow this community. You need to follow this community. But what you need to understand, it takes quite a long time. I don't know what's people's reluctance for running a Facebook ad. You can literally take $50 a day, and I kid you not. So if I can share it now, whilst we're talking about marketing, before we run out of time, So at the beginning of this crisis, I had a mate who had a cleaning business, and I literally helped him in a question of 1 week, 2 weeks. And all we did was we ran an ad for 70 Rand a day. And by the end of the 2 weeks, we had an order book of 1.5 a million and 40 new leads. I mean, what more do you want to do? I mean, and I don't say spend 1,000 Rand, but I mean, go out there. You can literally take $30 or $40. Make a plan. Go. That's the quickest way that you're going to see results.
Business. So if you don't have cash flow yet, you probably don't have a viable product. So before you can start, because you don't want to spend money on advertising if you've got a viable product. Your first couple of clients comes out of your immediate network. So friends, family, all that sort of stuff. You don't sell online. You don't need an online store. So business scales 0 to 10. So that's the amount of customers. It might be big customers. So you can change the numbers, but it's called the power of 0. So at the beginning, you have 0 clients. Then you move up to the next level, you've got 10 clients. Move up to the next level, you've got 100 clients, 1,000 clients, etc. Once you get to 1,000 clients, you can't scale from that anymore with just salespeople or something. You need to have systems in place. You need to have a back-end system that's automated. You can't manage 1,000 customers. 1,000 customers, especially repeating customers, it'll kill your business if you don't have a system in place. Coming back to the 0 to 10, the 0 to 10 customers, and you want to get repeating customers that pay you on a monthly basis for a particular service. That needs to come out of your network, your friends and family and connections and that sort of stuff. So that's critically important to first get that MVP, minimum viable product. So you want to get that minimum viable product before you start taking the stuff online. And most of the things, one tip that I can give everyone as well is when you sell your product online, a mistake that we see quite often is companies want to sell a high-earning product. So they put a post online to say, we are IT company, sign a 10,000 Rand a month service level agreement with us. They don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you. I can guarantee you they're not going to sign a 10,000 Rand a month contract with you because there's no credibility. You first need to sell something cheap to get them into the door to make that first transaction. Once they make that first transaction, then you can move them further through the process. But before you even get to that stage, you need to be able to sell to your friends, family members, connections, people in your network. Get 10 clients that pays you a repeatable amount of 1,000 Rand a month or 2,000 Rand a month or whatever. If you can't get your close network to pay 1,000 Rand a month, then your product probably isn't shaped. There might be different reasons for it. You might have a smaller product or something, but the product is shaped in a way that people see the value in paying 1,000 Rand. Because people will pay $1,000. If you can communicate the value, they'll pay $1,000. So, really. Then one more question is, and then we can maybe start take closing notes. Yeah, we've been on for like 50 minutes. Feels like 10 minutes, which I still want to say. So Vanmola's saying that, so you're building up Facebook client base or leads. How do you convert them to sales? So maybe talk about HubSpot and that sort of stuff. What's your opinion, really?
Yeah, so the question is, so you build up a Facebook client base or leads, how do you convert them to sales? So that's what I spoke to, that's what I spoke about earlier. So what you do is you go and you draw out the touch points of your clients. So you might want to take them through a journey. And the easiest way to explain how this would work is the first time you meet a lady and you take her to a restaurant, you don't go down on your knees and ask her to marry you. That's not how this works. And the sales journey works exactly the same. And I think you mentioned it before. People are just trying to sell their high-level product to clients, and then they don't understand why they're not getting sales. So it's a process. You first get them to transact. You guys have transacted with us. You've given us an email address, and we are now watching a webinar. So We now you are becoming part of our community, so that's how you do it. I hope that answers your question. But what you do is you nurture that lead through the process. You go write them down. So, for example, maybe you want to give away. I don't know what business you have. What business do you have?
It doesn't say.
Okay, it doesn't say. Sonia says, "Marry me on the first date." I married already. Cool, but yeah, so it is a journey that you go. So you acquire the leads. We don't necessarily sell stuff on Facebook. We engage people. People don't understand how marketing works. I'm not a marketing expert. What I know is what I've learned myself through the struggles that I've had. And I think the biggest misconception out there is if you have a website or if you have a Facebook page, you are doing online marketing. That is not the truth. There's various things in this technology stack environment that you need to understand. And hopefully, over the coming weeks, we can, Eugene, maybe unpack the whole environment so that guys understand exactly what it means.
Oh, unpack what environment?
The marketing environment. Unpack the marketing environment. Let's understand exactly, those things will debunk all the myths for everyone.
And then, Van Moller, maybe just tell us what your business is. And then, George, I'll share with you quickly. I just want to mention before the time runs out, for the guys that aren't part of our community yet, how you can become part of our community and what's involved in that. And then, because a lot of the guys on the webinar are already part of the community, so I just want to give the other guys a chance to join us as well. And then the part, George, you saying you want to start a consulting business. I remember you are in the construction and you want to do consulting, business consulting, strategy sort of thing in the consulting business. So I've got a great concept that I'm busy or that we are using for our coaching business. So myself and Willie has got a business coaching business. For $3,200, we booked 87 or 92 appointments, online appointments where people are interested to purchase our product in the consulting space, business coaching space. It costs us $3,200 on Facebook ads, or 3,500 Rand or something like that. Then just quickly before I answer that question, I'll share my screen as well. Then I can show you. Actually, I can't share the screen because it's got the email addresses and telephone numbers and stuff in. But I'll share that in any case. So for the guys that want to join the community, I'll quickly take a minute and just explain to you how you join the community, George, and then I'll come back to your stuff. So you can message me privately. You can see at the bottom, send to everyone, send privately. Just let me know, and then I'll reach out to you, and we can then set up an appointment to explain a bit more about how the community works. But basically, we believe that content or the educational part of it isn't the thing that helps entrepreneurs become successful. Our passion is to really help people. We're not just here to make a quick buck. We've got other businesses that's running, that's making a decent income. So we want to grow this into a point where myself and Billy can do this full time and we can just help and coach and teach entrepreneurs. But for the time being, it's about helping entrepreneurs become successful. And we're trying to figure out what is the correct recipe that will have the biggest conversion rate of helping entrepreneurs get up to the next level. So in one of the sessions, Williams, maybe explain the different levels of business you get in as well. So you get red, infrared, orange, yellow, green, etc. What it all means and how do you move from one level to the next level. So the concept is, how do we help entrepreneurs to move from infrared to red, from red to orange, from orange to yellow? How do we help them to move through these stages of business the quickest? And our answer is community. So we've got content. We've got loads of content. Everyone that's part of our community, you get the Badass online store. Everything about how to build your online store, how to create your marketing message, how to create your funnel, how to set up your marketing funnel. What else is in there? There's the Shopify, the WordPress, landing pages, cash flow. So the next course is the cash flow course. The next course is the Facebook 101, and then manage your business remotely. Once you've gone through all the stages, you start employing people. How do you manage these people remotely so you don't need office space and that sort of stuff as well? So we've done a course on all of those type of things. And then once-off fee to join the community. In September, we're going to start charging monthly fees. So you're looking at about $250 a month to join the community. For now, it's a once-off fee of $950. And once the monthly fee starts, you won't have to pay the monthly fees. You stay in the community for your once-off fee that you paid. And then we'll have bigger seminars. We'll have like 5-day seminars and stuff like that. We're still busy working out the cost. We'll let you know when we get to that stage. So anyone that's not part of the community yet, that wants to join our mastermind group, that wants to get the 5 courses that we spoke about, we sell these courses for like 2,000 or 3,000 Rand on our, we've got a ClickFunnels thing where we sell for like 2,000 or 3,000 Rand for the main courses, and then the smaller courses, we sell them for $97. So guys, you're getting all these courses of like $97 and the main course that we sell for 2,000 or 3,000 Rand. All of that plus the community once-off joining fee for $950. So if anyone wants to join, just message us privately, okay, and then I'll text you back now. Cool. And then, so George, you were saying the consulting business. So what we've done for our coaching business, or the coaching part of Entrepreneur HQ, is we ran an ad to offer a one-on-one strategy session to discover how we can help your business grow. And that goes into a Calendly link. So we use Calendly to book our online meetings. So the person comes through from the Facebook ad into Calendly. Once they go into Calendly, that also creates them on our CRM. So for our CRM, we use HubSpot. And but Marla, this might answer your question as well, is how do you convert them? Is once they come in from Facebook, they click on that, they go into either CRM or autoresponder, where you capture their detail. From there, you can phone them, you can email them, etc., etc. On my calendar, I do business coaching sessions at 3 o'clock every day. I'm fully booked for like the next 2 months from one ad that we run for 3,200 Rand. And now we have to work on the conversion rate. What is the first point of purchase that we can sell this particular customer in, and then how do we upsell them to go into paid coaching? So we charge 3,000 Rand for a coaching session. It lasts for about 2.5, 3 hours. That 3,000 Rand is our entry-level product. Then the next one up is 20,000 Rand for a 6-month package, or 15,000 Rand for a 6-month package, which is a bronze level. And then platinum is 150,000 for 6 months package. So that's our different levels of basically taking someone through it. And at each level, they get more of our time, they get more of our info, they get to utilize our team, all that sort of stuff. So each one has different value steps. So George, to answer your question, the first one, you run a Facebook ad that connects into a CRM, where you give away something for free, like a strategy session or something. And then from there, you basically upsell them into taking one of your level paid packages.
Cool. Can I answer Sonia's question?
Spamming. So will you tell us why you got blocked?
So very important. When you start paying, so when you start paying for advertisements, and whether it's Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, all of those platforms actually have a ads manager account. Very, very, very important, and that's something that I learned on the hard way now. Is you need to go through the terms and conditions. And the mistake I made was I helped this guy to advertise mask sales. And for some reason, Facebook decided that you are not allowed to do that. And it's something which I didn't.
You broke up there for a second.
So you're not allowed to sell any products that's related to this COVID crisis.
Okay, not allowed to in a crisis mode. So you're not allowed to mention COVID. You're not allowed to mention lockdown, anything in your actual ad or on your landing page. They also check your landing page for COVID or lockdown or something. And then boom.
So that's the first mistake I made.
But his Facebook page was locked down.
I'm still fighting with these people to get it unlocked. So I mean, and the second thing is never ever use the word Facebook on your landing page, on the advertisement, on whatever. And the mistake I made was the guy I helped didn't have a website, and they asked to be converted to a website, and I used his Facebook page, which I also didn't know you're not allowed to do. And kind of what happened was they blocked my one. They first locked the ad account, then the business manager, and then they locked all my entire platform. So at this stage, I can't do anything. Facebook. So I mean but that was also so I'm not happy about it, but it's a lesson that I've learned. And the lesson that I've learned is you need to have multiple channels where you do and acquire leads, because if something like this happens, your business drops instantly from year to year, instantly overnight. So that's how I became a spanner. Cool guys, everyone.
That is the hour up. Flies when you're having fun. Please help us grow the community as well. If you really enjoyed this, we'd really appreciate a testimonial that we can just post on some of our landing pages. Even better yet, if you do a video testimonial. So just a selfie to say, hey guys, I just want to let you know I was on the business show and it was X, Y, and Z. It helped me in this way, or I'm joining it again because of this reason. So we want to run it every Thursday, and then in between as well, you should have received emails from me to remind you about the webinar. When you on that email, you can just reply to that email, maybe some suggestions that you have for us for the next show. So the next show, we're going to start doing the competition. We're going to interview someone as well on the next show. And then we're looking to get the studio up and running so myself and Willie can sit next to each other as well, which I think will also add to the energy, and it won't have the breakup and stuff.
they won't listen.
So all of that. And then, please, Sonia, testimonial on Facebook would be awesome. If you can just post a video or something like that on the Entrepreneur HQ Facebook page, we'd really appreciate that. And that will help us to grow the community and help us grow the business channel so that we can start promoting this business show even more. And then if you know of someone that would be interested to sponsor the show, so we're looking to start off at about 5,000 Rand a month, which we will use then for our ad spend. You saw we get about 25 Rand per conversion. So on 5,000 Rand, it's quite a lot of conversions that we can get into the show. And then we'll have a look at our sharp rate, which is normally 25 to 35% of people that actually register show up to the webinar. So we'll look at increasing that and then use that ad spend to basically get more people into the show, and we'll promote their business. So if you know of anyone that would like to sponsor the show, please let us know as well. Testimonial, sponsorship, and recommendations. What do you want to talk? And give us some stuff that you guys want us to talk about in our upcoming shows. Give us some topics that would really help you in your business. Like I said, this is purely a give back. It's just a show to help as many entrepreneurs as possible and to build our community of awesome South African entrepreneurs. Cool, guys. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, everyone else, George, Vanessa, and Mola, everyone else that was on the thing and so active on your comments and stuff. It helped to keep us engaged and keep our energy up as well. So myself and Willie's been up since 4, so this is almost sleeping time. Awesome. Thanks, you.